How you doing, brothers and sisters? My name is Peter. Excuse me. I also call myself the guardian of the truth and my YouTube channel. And the reason I'm making this video is because, unfortunately, there's a lot of people that they not understanding what's really going on out there. Many people they fall for um, lies, and they been sensitized for a long time, and I think it's time for you to pay attention to what's going on around you and wake up from that fairy tale of life that you live in. And it, the topic that I would like to speak about is something that I spoke about in one of my videos before, and it's about the you shall not eat from the tree of good and evil. And when you observe that, you can see right away that something is not right, you know. But I'm gonna put some kind of similar um, things that happen, and so you can see what I'm trying to say. Because right now, for a long time, these people they are in authority, places of authority. They've been trying to convince you of a lie. They've been trying to sensitize everyone for a long time to believe something that is a fiction, something that is made up, something that is going to keep you deceived, something that is not correct, is not accurate, is made up. And what they're trying to do is for you not to find out the truth. And I think everybody deserves to know the truth. For example, when you see when people speak about aliens, when people speak about aliens, right there, these people they using that word, that's something that is not accurate, because aliens, they are demons. See, call it for what they are. They demons, and they're not from outer space or out of the system or whatever, because this is a closed system. Nothing can get out. Okay, because the only thing that is here is us. Below us is hell, and above us is the kingdom of God. Besides that, there's nothing else. You see, only what God created, and that knowledge belongs to God. I don't even know. I cannot even tell you what is in the, past the four corners of the earth, because he's the only one that knows what's going on beyond those points. But the word alien, when you look at it, that thing is made up. That word, what it means is demons. And those demons that were made here on earth by the angels who abandoned the celestial places. And they got together with the daughters of men. See? Now, the same thing. When these people in authority, they speak and say, oh, the earth is a globe. In your mind, you, the word globe, it sounds like something rounded, like a ball. And this is how these people, they manipulate you, trying to sensitize you with something that is not real, but at the same time, you have to pay attention. They tell you the truth because the enemy of God and his devices, that's how he operates. He lies to you, but in the second person, he tells you the truth. And I'm gonna prove it to you on how. But when these people they say, okay, the earth is a globe, it's a planet, it's a ball spinning around the sun. But if you think about it, they telling you something that is a fact. The word globe, it means something that is round, right? That is round. But it's not like rounded in a sense of completely a ball, because it's the earth. You can get out from a square, a circle, and that's what they know. Is it with the eye of God? See, the eye. This is why these people they worship the all-seeing eye. But from a square, which is the four corners of the earth. Okay, the earth, you can take out a circle from the square, but the earth is square, is four corners, and you can get out a circle if you put some measurements. Okay, because that's how the sun spin around it. But the earth is flat, it's not a spinning ball around the earth, around the sun. And that's what you gotta understand. The earth is flat, and I don't belong to any community of flat earth or anything like that. I'm just telling you something that is a fact. Okay, do not believe there is a ball, because the enemy is telling you there is a globe, but it means in the measurements how the sun and the moon spin in a circle. They think they that the sun sunsets. The sun do not sunset. Is that it is too far, and that's why it seems like it is set down. Like it was a sunset occur, but that's not the case. Is that it's too far, and that's why. But the sun goes around the earth. See, and there's a like a section that the sun will bring the light. Okay, but while it move, that same is like a lamp, you see, or a flashlight. You can see the width, how open the spread is. So that's what it is covering. The light is covering that amount of the earth, but it's moving slowly. And that's when you see that it got close and it rises. And then the middle of the earth is almost half day, and it keep moving away from that position because it's about to go to another continent, or a place to give the light. And that's when it comes the night. But it's not that we in a globe. And you have to comprehend that that's something that is made up. Okay, the same thing with the aliens is that's something that is made up, and you have to know and accept it, realize it. There's no aliens, bro. That's made up, man. All these movies, all this stuff, they just for you to believe something that is not real. But I tell you one thing, the demons are monsters, man. And they are hideous, they are abominable, they really, you know, terrifying to look upon and stuff like that. But they are demons. They evil spirits, whatever section they are from. Because what I mean about that is that they are demons. They belong to the water. They are demons that belong to the earth. They are demons that belong to the air. You see, aerial. You see, and that's the difference. They are demons. They are amphibious. You know, between water and the earth. They are demons who belongs to the reptile. You see, it is all types of or species that we dealing with here, and you have to you know look that up and comprehend in detail what's really going on. Okay, these people they've been lying to you all your life, and even sometimes when you read something is made up, unfortunately. And sometimes when you try to study something, it turns out to be all made up. It it doesn't have no um how you say that benefits for you because they just you learn something that is a fiction, something that is a lie. It was made up. It's for you to be controlled, to think something uh, in a way that is not real. And because it's not real, you don't got no way out. When you try to apply it, it doesn't work, doesn't have no effect. And this is the reason I would like to speak about the 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 tree of good and evil. Because when God says that, what God meant was, you shall not eat from the tree of evil. Some people say, oh no, that God is using it as a symbolic. No, man. No. Because God is telling you in other pages what it is, the things that He approve and the things that He doesn't approve. For example, when He said, you shall not mix cattle, you shall not mix seeds of fruits or vegetables or whatever when you cultivating. Okay, you shall not mix, not even linen. Okay, because if you read, I think it's in James, when you read in from a fountain cannot flow salty waters and sweet waters, had to be one. So if you look up upon that, you know, when God says, "You shall not eat from the tree of good and evil," that's not accurate. That was written by men, and I'm not talking about the prophets, the holy men that walk with God. I'm talking about the people who interfere and try to alterate and add and take out. Because this is why God is warning, man, that you cannot, you, the men who add unto this book, God will add the plagues, okay? And the man who take out from this book, God will remove him, you see, from the book of life. Because what it is that these people, the was the ones who are influenced by only material things, the one that the prince of the air have authority of over the sons of disobedience. These people, they believe that Lucifer is the light, and they being deceived. These people, they they're gonna be in big trouble when they find out the truth. And when you observe that in detail, because when God said, "You shall not eat from the tree of good and evil," but then I had to tell you, "I want you to do good," but over here it's telling you, "You shall not eat from the tree of good." He's denying to you that you cannot do good. You see what I'm saying? It makes no sense. Because if you look at it, it makes no sense. He's telling you to do good, but at the same time, he's telling you that he don't want you to do good. When he said, "You shall not eat from the tree of good and evil," it's not symbolic. God is powerful enough to create us a tree, a single tree with that is evil. You don't have to mix the good with evil. You don't have to do that. God is not weak. And this is why he's telling you, "You shall not eat from the tree of evil." Because if you go to chapter 3, and I think it's in verse 22 or verse 21, it says, "Look, the man has become as one of us, knowing evil." See, knowing evil. He didn't say knowing good, because he already trying to tell man, see, with Adam, that he want Adam to do what is right, to obey him and everything. It was one commandment that he was given to Adam: "You shall not eat from this tree of evil." You see, because when he says that, he's talking about evil. He's not talking about good. He wants you to do good. And that right there is not accurate, because the man who interfered for you to be blind, for you to be deceived, to believe in something that is not accurate. This is why many people, they read the Bible, but they not understanding what's going on. This is why you have to pray, you have to um, fast, and you have to always meditate in God. See, like when he said to Joshua, keep this book of the law and meditate on this law day and night, because you keeping yourself uh, um, confessing and also thinking about something that is pure. See, this is a frequency that will clean you up from within. Yeah, it will. If you speak positive all the time, positive, your life will transform into a positive energy. You know, everything will turn out good. Everything, and this is proven. See, but if you become speaking negative and stuff like that, everything gonna shut down. Everything is gonna. When you look for something, you're gonna be turned down. If you ask for help, nobody's gonna help you. If you want a friend, no, and nobody wants to be your friend, because you are in that mode and in a negative, thinking negative all the time, and that's what you become. For example, when I when I wrote the book, I wrote a section in my book, and the trumpets of Lucifer, um, about people that they belong to the enemy, because these people, they don't fear God. There's no God in their thoughts, like it says in Psalms. And what God is saying is that these people, they don't think about him. They don't care for him. They live their life the way they want to live. And these people sometimes they get full of envy and jealousy of you. If you trying to be successful, if you trying to, if you have a job and you doing good and stuff like that, and you are responsible and you taking care of your bills, your rent, or buying your food, the things that they are important, and you staying away from material stuff, things like that, but you living your life correctly, these people, they something will enter one of them or a few of them. It's a spirit of demonic spirit of narcissism against you, and they're gonna be trying to defame you. But this is the sample that I want to give you. When that person come to another person, and let's say, um, oh, stay away from this guy. That this guy is crazy, and if he be with your daughter, he's gonna do this to her. He's gonna do that to her, and whatever. Right, right there, right there. The enemy is telling you a lie, but at the same time, he's telling you the truth in the second person about the person that is in front of you. See, he's lying about the innocent, but he's speaking the truth about the person that is in front of you, because the person that is in front of you is manifesting who he is: a two-faced, a traitor, envious, a jealous, uh, um, a backstabber, all that stuff, a liar. You see, a gossiper, and you right there. You can you know find out what kind of person that person is. And my advice is, yo, get out of there, get out. Don't hang with that guy. Don't be even friend with that guy, because that guy is a negative energy. And when that guy accused somebody falsely, right there, he's telling you a lie about somebody that is probably staying at home all day. But the things that he's saying is the truth about him. And the second person, the demon, is telling you the truth about the person that is in front of you, because he's not uh, talking about the person that is accusing. He's talking about himself. He's the one who's thinking like that. He's the one that is like that. He's the one that is gonna do that to your daughter, or to the girl, or to whatever. You know, and this come in both genders. It could be a girl, that is gonna do to a guy. And this is why guy gotta the men gotta be careful nowadays, because you're dealing with possessed demons. I mean, females, they really possess, and they also contaminated. They rotten inside, man. Because how many how many times you wanna date a girl, and you ask her how many people you've been with, or some people say how many body counts you got, and she said, oh no, I dated three. But in reality, she's been like with 50 men, and all that she's is within her is gonna pass to you. And I'm telling you, this is something that is a fact, because both of them will become one flesh. When you get intimate with a woman, you're gonna become part of with her, and she's gonna become part of you too. But everything that she got is gonna come to you, and you gotta be careful, man. But the what I'm trying to tell you is, you have to, understand what's going on here. See, you being manipulated, you being programmed. Because if you look, let's say, look at your ID, your driving license, or your ID identification, you see the letters and everything. It's in capital letters. So if you go to the school, and you start a sentence, they tell you that the first letter is capital, okay, and everything is lowercase. So how come this identification is everything in capital letters? Because it's improper. It's improper English. This is something. It's a language that you're not understanding, and you call it the dark Latin language that only the elite understand. This is a document that was made to control the masses. It is not real, it's void, it's corrupted, it is criminal because it's not real, it's just to control you because they tell you, see, that you need this, that you need that, that you need. When they tell you sign here, you sign on the X, move the paper and a couple of degrees to the right or to the left, and you're gonna see what it's gonna become, a cross. But they also don't tell you that when you write your name and you don't know what your surname means, your last name means, they can see that you're ignorant, you lost at sea. You don't you don't comprehend what's going on, what really is going on. Because if you go back in time and the old days, they don't use last names. They said I'm you know Joseph, son of Jacob, or you know I am um, um, Abraham, and son of Jacob, Jacob, son of Abraham, and they didn't have no last name, and you have to see that, you have to understand that because that was a plan. The last name was given to you. That's why it is in capital. You see, this is how they identify you. But when you do not understand what that means, they got you where you where they want you to be, in confusion. And the reason I'm telling you this is because you have to wake up. You have to detach yourself from this fake world because everything is fake. The material, listen, man, the material, that's garbage, man. When Jesus said, you know, build treasures in my kingdom, where la polilla, which is an insect that will, eat everything up, or the thief, do not enter and steal. See, build treasures in the spiritual world, not here. Here it gets old. This is why you have to replace this and replace that and replace this because everything gets old, but it's all fake. It's not real, man. This is a transformation. See, this is made up and trying to imitate, trying to, because it's not fully the same. But in their mind of these people, the people in authority, they believe that so above, so below, and that's not right either. That's a lie because it's impossible for you to have something here the same, the same, because it's not the same. There's no shadow in heaven. There's no shadow at all because the glory that comes from the person, which is God, from His person. That power, that glory, that light. I mean, is so great that He shine brighter than the sun 7 times more. So imagine. And it's not the glory of the things, it's the glory of Him. that comes from Him, from God, Jesus. I mean, you can tell that He is royalty by only look at Him. He's the Holy of Holies. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I want you to detach, man, detach, separate yourself from all this fake stuff and stop listening to all these lies they are trying to, you know, they you know, doing in every program, in every uh, writing sometimes, in videos and whatever it is, because some people they really more tangled than a can of spaghetti, and they don't understand that either. They don't comprehend that they in confusion, because the ones that really follow Jesus, they speak the truth no matter what. And some people still to this day they waiting to disappear. And the Bible right there in Daniel chapter 7, verse 21, if I'm not mistaken, um, 21 or 22, around there, or 20, it says that it was given power, so it was given authority, so he can make war against the saint. What God is talking about? He's talking about those people who still keep the faith, the ones that keep believe that believe in Jesus. Because if we disappear, with who? With who? Tell me who? The Antichrist is gonna make the war if we all left before the tribulation. And if you go to Matthew chapter 21, I think it's in verse 29, uh, um, 29, yeah, verse chapter 29, verse 29. And let me show you. Um, and you go to Matthew, okay? Go to Matthew, and in chapter, I'm sorry, in chapter 24 of Matthew, and you go to um, verse 29, chapter 24 of Matthew, and verse 29. It says after. See, right away after. It don't say before. See, it says after the tribulation. See, people they're not understanding that we're not going to disappear. They think that they're going to disappear. They got some kind of confusion. The church, the people in the four corners, they're gonna be lifted. You're gonna be saved by God in the seventh trumpet. We will be here for that period. We're gonna witness some of the trumpets, and the seven trumpets. That's when we're gonna be taken. You know, the ones that are alive. But first, the dead in Christ will resurrect first, because it says he with a voice of a trumpet, of an archangel, it, that arise, and the dead will rise first, and it will transform into um, a body that is incorruptible. See, but you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention, brothers and sisters, because I'm trying to tell you the truth. Separate yourself from all this fake stuff. They lying. These people, they've been trying to do that since a long time ago. And everything that you almost read is made up. Because I don't know if you remember the Titanic. the Titanic sink, and it was for two reasons. One, because one of them challenged God. It said that it was impossible that God Himself could sink this cruise, this giant, you know, boat. And the other one is because the elite wanted to eliminate somebody who was against to bring to create the bank, the reserve bank, and they needed to eliminate these people. And if you dig, you're gonna find out. And those people, they were there, they were eliminated, they were, removed because they were opposed to the, against these people. They wanted to create the bank reserve. But when you read it, it's a completely different story. It doesn't say that. And I'm telling you, you have to be careful. So in the Bible, when you read the Bible, God created. He created. He's telling you right there from nothing. Okay? But if you go to chapters 2 of Genesis, what he says, he's not creating, he forms. It's two different things. He forms. You see, because he already created it. And when he's talking about that he create men and female, he's not talking about Adam, the line of Adam. You see, the one that is going to be excluded, separated. This is the living, the line of the living, the line of the people who will be with God, the ones who, you know, is going to be saved. He's talking about the races. He created the races. That's why there were fishermen, there were hunters, there were people different. But it says when you read it, it says that had God didn't have a man to take care the land. That's when he created. Formed Adam from the earth. And if you see, he formed the domestic animals and everything else in the garden. But you have to understand what you're reading because people are taking it out of proportion. They think it's one thing. It's not one thing. It's two separated separated events, different events. So when God tells you right there, when He tells Adam, when He took Adam from the outside to the inside of Eden. See, He said He took the man that He formed from the dust and put him in Eden. See, He took him from outside where the races are, inside. Okay, and He told Adam, "Go ahead, eat from all the trees except this tree, the tree of evil. You shall not eat, because the day you eat, you surely will die." And He's talking about evil. He's not including good, because if He says that, He's contradicting Himself. Because He's telling you in one section of the Bible, I want you to do what is right. I want you to do what is good. But in that part, He's telling you that He don't want you to eat from the tree of good and evil. So right there, He's blocking Himself. He's contradicting Himself. That tree is called the tree of evil. Is that you have to comprehend that in the past, these people, are obsessed with authority. They say they call it power. They obsessed with power. But even that, they misunderstand it. Because power, what is power? Power is to stop the sun. power is to stop the rain and is a drought. You know, nothing grows, everything becomes like a desert, like the day of Elijah. Uh, um, and if you keep observing, power is when Jesus told the storm, be calm, and he calmed the storm when the disciple was, wake up, master, master. And he was asleep and he said, where is your faith? And that's power. But you have to understand, these people only have authority, and it's because they have money. But the thing is that they, you know, in their mind, they find a way to deceive you, to deceive the people, because everyone, they think the same way. And by altering that uh, way of thinking, and you start thinking like in a evil way, so you can achieve um, to deceit, to deceive the people, to lie, to cheat. That's corruption, you see. So they know they are men just like us, but they build a system, see. And this is why I'm trying to make this video, because I want you to wake up from that illusion. Okay, everything in this earth that belongs to the world is not real. It's made up to entertain you, to keep you focused on something that is worthless. You shall keep your faith, I mean your sight, in God, in Jesus, Jehovah. Okay, and pray, bro, pray. I don't care. Listen, some atheists, when you hear the atheists speaking of it, I don't believe in God. They have, they say that they don't have no belief in God. You don't have no belief in God, no belief in God, but yet you believe that there's no God. Come on, man. You don't know what the hell you're saying. You're in confusion, because for you to say that, you have to know it all. And for sure, I know that you do not know it all. You're not like God. And there's a God because I'm telling you, there is a God. I've been since I was a kid, bro. And this is something personal. I don't like to share things that is personal, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to do it. I'm going to say it. I have many experience with evil entities. Like, okay, I hear the sound, I hear the noises, I hear the breathing. They pinch me and I see a hand hiding. I could see when they were coming because the curtain in my room moved and I used to cover myself when I was a kid. I hated the night, but at the same time, I had so many beautiful dreams with God. He used to call my name, Peter. Peter, why are you under the table? I used to tell her, this dragon is looking for me, God. And there was in one of my dreams that there was a dragon that any place that I used to hide, he used to find me, And I had many, many wonderful dreams, man. Even to now, into now. One of the last dream I had, I saw the sky like in flames, and it was like a thundering, and I was walking in the woods, and I'm a private person. I don't like to tell people the things that I like, the things that I enjoy and stuff like that. But God knows, and I was walking in the woods, and I was walking around plants that I really like. You know, plants like flowers and stuff like that. But I don't tell people that. You know, you can put it in the corner in your house, and it brings life. And it's like God was telling me, I know what is in your heart. You know, yeah, I'm seeing that, and I lift up my hand and I call His name, Jehovah, and I wake up. But this is so many beautiful dreams, and I'm telling you, God is real. He is alive. Jesus is alive, man. He is holy. He has His body. He has flesh. He has bone, and He has blood. He's uncorruptible. He's holy. The same thing with Elijah and Enoch. Okay, this is two prophets that they are. These people, they were holy. There was no sin in them. Okay, and some people, they say that, oh no, blood cannot enter the kingdom of God. Yeah, the corrupted, the incorrupted, yeah, it can, because we will be transformed and given a body like His, holy, and by Him we will be presented before God, worthy. We Without Him we're not worthy, because we're not perfect. See, we all fail short. It's like we imperfect. But with Jesus, by His blood, He washes us and He presents us, you know, to God. But I'm telling you, forget about the material stuff. Listen to me. Stop being afraid. Release yourself. Be fearless. Give up yourself completely. I don't care if I have to die for Jesus. All this is material. Do not be afraid. Detach from it. Do not value it. Stop buying this garbage. Better yet, buy food. Okay? Stock on food, stock on water, and stuff like that. Eat healthy. Okay? And for those people that they keep signing up and subscribing themselves, I'm gonna give you a tip. And I know it's off topic, but the people who want to lose weight, stop eating sugar. Okay? Stop eating oily things like canola oil and stuff like that. Um, um, Fast food and stuff like that. Eat something healthy. Eat chicken with a salad, or and a potato, or a little bit of rice, or maybe a fish with a salad, and drink water. Eat one time. You see, eat to survive. Don't eat to live, because that uh, um, uh, when they tell people that there's 3 meals a day, that's a lie. That's a lie. I eat one time a day and I feel great. People, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Nah, you making you forcing your body to you know um, uh, um, work to do all that job. You see, your liver, your instant, all that is non-stop with no rest. But if you eat healthy and eat light, you know what I mean, like vegetables and meat, okay, and maybe natural juice, no sugar. Okay, tea also, they good. Uh, um, Bananas, plantains, things like that. But the green one, we call it verdura. That's a good dish because Paul, when he speak about viandas, I don't know how to say that in English, but that's a dish that is very healthy. Is vegetables. Stop the sugar completely. Sugar is the thing that's keeping you fat and swollen like that. If you cut that, you're gonna see the difference. You're gonna start losing all that weight. But the main reason that I'm making this video is because I want you to wake up. Stop believing things that they are not real. This is a closed system. Nobody can leave. Okay? The earth has four corners, and from a square you can bring out a circle. That's why they call it a globe. But if you think with the globe, you think it's a ball. No. What they telling you at the same time in the second person, like I said already, they telling you the truth. The devil is telling you the truth that is a circle, but it's flat. It's not a ball floating around the sun. You see, but when you read the Bible, it says like the apple of his eye, because God sees all. How come God sees all? Because it's the eye. That's why these people they worship the eye. But it's an imitation. Lucifer wanna be like God. You think he can see all? That's a lie. That's why they created the phones because the omnipresence. Now the Lucifer is imitating, but in a different way. So now everybody's being monitored, and I'm telling you, detach from all this fake stuff and stop building courage within you. Start getting ready for what is about to come and happen. Pray to God for your family. Pray for your family, for your wife, for your husband, for your daughters, for your sons. Pray, okay? But at the same time, you have to speak with them. You have to face life without fear. Attach yourself, embrace Jesus Christ, embrace Him, and I trust in you. I don't care if I have to die. Do not fear. Release yourself. Detach. You see, commit yourself all the way, you know, to death, you know, because you have to do it. If you be afraid, that's how it's gonna get you. That's why he wants fear. That's why he tried to apply fear for you to be scared. So doubt, he sent you from the thoughts. Doubts come to your mind. You start doubting, you know, and then he makes an illusion, and you hear somebody talking, and you think that there's these people and that people, and there's nobody there, you know, because the devil is a deceiver, and oh man, they are the biggest liars that you can ever know. These things are so evil, man. They lie about everything, man, every single thing. And sometimes, you might, for sure, you might believe, you believe, you know, but thank God if you, oh, hold on, no, I don't think so. No, in the name of Jesus, leave me alone. And I'm telling you, these things, they don't have no control. They don't have no moralities. These people, these entities, they, because they are personalities, they are able to speak and do stuff, even though they look like animals and stuff like that, and monsters, but they don't have no morality. This is why they blaspheme not stop, because they know they already set. They set to be sentenced. There's no salvation for them. So I hope this video help you comprehend what I'm saying to you. When God is saying about the tree, when he says, you shall not eat from the tree of good and evil, that is not correct. Because if you read, and I think it's in Leviticus, on the law, when God is passing laws, and you follow this, you shall not do this, you shall do this, he said, you shall not mingle cattle, you shall not mingle seeds, you shall not mingle linen. And then in James, when you read James, it says, a fountain cannot flow two types of water, salty and sweet. So God is telling you right there, I don't mix. I don't mix. I don't have the need to do that. I am God. See, he's telling you, you shall not eat from the tree of evil. This is why he says to the angel, look, the men have become like one of us, knowing evil. Because he's telling you to practice good. He's not talking about good. He's talking about evil. And this is why they were removed. Because he said, I don't want man to stretch his hand and take from the tree of life, of eternal life, and eat and live forever in that condition. I hope this video helped you out. God bless you, brothers and sisters. And if you're not Christian, bro, think about it, man. I'm telling you the truth, man. You don't believe me? Speak with God, man. Even if you don't believe it, put it to the test and tell him. But you have to be sincere. If you speak to me, I will convert. I will accept you as my Lord, Jesus. I make you a bet. Let's see if God is not alive. Take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.